world's richest man and one of the most popular people on social media. And FEMA is shutting down airspace to stop people from bringing help. Yeah, he tweets that. Anyway, his October surprise is he's come out MAGA.
Hi, everyone. As you can see, I'm not just MAGA, I'm dark MAGA.
Election interference is what Mark Zuckerberg did.
Former President Trump alleging Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg will try to unlawfully influence the 2024 election, writing, if he does anything illegal, this time he will spend the rest of his life in prison.
Yes, Libras are not having it that Elon Musk came out as a dark MAGA. You saw the other day, these clips went viral. Elon Musk had an interview with Tucker Carlson. He said something that actually drew my attention. Like, if Trump doesn't win these elections, this will be the end. These people will be coming after him, and he is ready for all that. When you look at a video like this guy put out trying to say, oh, Trump said if Mark Zuckerberg decide to influence the 2024 election, he'll be in jail. It is simply because of what they have done in the past. We saw about the Hunter laptop, what they did, but Elon Musk is not doing that.
Trump seems to have picked his nicknames for the two opponents, Comrade Kamala. I didn't see this. I'm taking this person's word. Tampon Tim. I don't agree with, but I get Comrade Kamala. I guess that's what, you know, she's a communist. Tampon Tim? It's a towel snapping camp counselor.
Now looking into what Elon Musk said recently, Elon Musk just revealed that Bill Gates is terrified of Trump winning because the Epstein client list will be released. Elon Musk made some revelations like a lot of these people endorsing Kamala, especially billionaires, they are afraid because if Trump is elected, he will release these.
There are a lot of videos, apparently. Those rooms on the island, and I think out in New Mexico, were wired for video.
Right.
And
where's the video? I mean, between Diddy and Epstein, it's good. There's probably several thousand hours of footage here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird that the people on those videos are lecturing the rest of us about our moral failings, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird.
What is that?
Well, I mean, part of how they deflect attention from themselves is by, criticizing the morals of others.
Yes.
So it's sort of like a preemptive moral strike.
Yes.
I mean, as I said, I think those who are saying Trump is a threat to democracy are themselves actually the threat to democracy.
It feels like we're getting to a place where the rest of us know too much. Is this, do you know what I mean? I mean, it's easier to live in a society where you don't really know what the people in charge are doing or why they're doing it. But now, thanks, I would say, largely to X.
Yeah.
I think that's fair to say that.
Yeah.
We do know a lot. Not everything, but we know a lot. And I wonder, where does that, like, what happens next now that we know all this? They keep showing us his face. Like, what happens?
Well, I think if Trump wins, we can do some house cleaning and shed light on things.
Yes, that is why people like Hillary Clinton are advocating that social media companies should be regulated. He said it 2 days ago. If they cannot regulate the social media platforms, they cannot execute their plans. Now taking a look at what Carson said here, it is like knowing too much is a problem. They want us not to know along. Reasons they are panicking. Elon Musk has never been like this. When you look at what he is doing now, he is brave. If he was someone, he would look for somewhere to hide, like, I don't want to involve myself into politics, just appearing on that stage with Trump. He said it on this video, he's expecting anything.
But you'll just say whatever words are on the teleprompter, so, it's really whoever controls the teleprompter is the actual, sort of, that's who's actually in charge.
And who is that, do you think?
Well, I've tried to pin it down. It's not like, any one kind of mastermind. It's not like it seems to be. It's like Kamala's sort of a marionette with, you know, 1,000 puppet masters type of thing. Like not it's or maybe it's somewhere north of 100 is what it seems like.
Yes. I bet you know 80 of them.
I probably know most of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, just by virtue of your job and what you've been doing for the last 30 years, I mean, you just,
yeah.
And I should say, I think you voted for Biden.
I'd like to see a matchup of those, call it the top 100 puppet masters on the Epstein client list.
Do you think there's some overlap?
Strong overlap. Strong overlap.
When are we going to see that list, do you think?
I don't know. It's mind blowing that they've not tried to prosecute even one, not even the worst offender on the Epstein. That's insane. Why Kamala's getting so much support is that if Trump wins, that Epstein client list is going to become public.
Yes.
And some of those billionaires behind Kamala are terrified of that outcome.
Yeah. Do you think Reid Hoffman's uncomfortable?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Gates.
And Gates.
When you look at this whole video, at this point, Elon Musk don't care. He called out Bill Gates. Like, these are people that endorse Kamala. They are terrified. Why are billionaires suddenly doing this? You know, before he speaking like this, it took him a long time. I've watched him on different podcasts, but this was never coming up. Why now? I don't want to go into details of this video. I want to say something different. Now going into this hurricane, this guy on CNN is doing a lot. Kamala yesterday attacked Ron DeSantis to a level I didn't like. Ron DeSantis replied, Kamala has never called me in any way. I've never seen that. Even now, I've not seen it. I'm communicating with Biden. Whatever thing we need, we are getting it. So Kamala trying to play politics, and this is something I don't understand. Kamala came in front of the camera and played politics and tried to, you know, like to make people talk about her. Oh, I called Ron DeSantis. He rejected. When I saw that political stuff, I was like,
I mean, she's attacking the governor of a state that's about to get lashed with one of the most historic hurricanes we've ever seen. Is she crazy? He did not ignore her call.
She was talking, just to be clear, she was talking broadly about the politicization of the storms.
I think she was talking about Ron DeSantis. He did not ignore her call. And in fact, according to what I've read tonight, he actually spoke to the President of the United States,
He did
Joe
speak
Biden.
with President Biden.
And he has said time and again that he and the federal government are working well together. So who here is politicizing this?
Yeah,
Harris.
I hate to agree with Scott on anything, but I agree. I agree in this case.
I actually agree with you that there's too much disinformation or things that are not factual swirling about the hurricane. I actually think the facts are bad enough. When the storm came ashore, Biden was at the beach and Harris was raising money, and that was on September 26th. On September 27th, we had devastation in North Carolina. It wasn't until October the 2nd that the president mobilized the military, and it wasn't until the rescue out of the military.
These are the kind of people that are supposed to be on CNN. He is honest. He said it the way it is. There are a lot of people here that they usually disagree with him. Now they're agreeing. When I saw this stunt Kamala put out, I was like, so this is a new way. I don't know if you realize she is everywhere now on podcasts, interviews suddenly. Because they realize things are not working out the way they wanted.
Than President Biden. What do you make of that?
That from myself personally, just from my own bank account, I'm donating $1 million today.
A bad sign for Kamala Harris's campaign. The bottom line is it looks a lot more like a loser than it does like a winner when it comes to the country being on the right track.
Because of his January 6th conduct, and do you stand by that? No, I don't stand by it, and I'll tell you why. The Biden-Harris policy are not only becoming an existential threat to our country's way of life, but to our allies as well.
Just do it this one time.
I was shocked when I saw this video. They made it clear it is extremely looking bad for Kamala. It has not happened like this in a long time. People should not care about the economy. They should just go to the polls because they don't like Trump to be there.
Wants to take away your health care.
As 1 in 3 women currently in this country is living under an abortion ban.
You can see, like, really clearly, as there is a ferocious effort to stop Donald Trump from becoming president again that I've never seen before.
Donald Trump, baby. Taylor Swift matters. Does she matter to you? Well, she comes out.
But I don't think most Americans would.
Trump.
I don't care if they write that. I know it was right, and you guys, I need to be on the right side of history.
So, with that, I'm going to shake it off. And I'm done with you.
Of them, it's like 73% said they're voting for Trump.
Okay, yeah.
Kamala. Oh, wait, she went for the handshake. Incredible display of the upward.
Like, we shouldn't demean Trump supporters. We shouldn't call them names.
Trump has come in the spin room, just so you know. That has happened.
Newly reported by NBC News, Vice President Kamala Harris has spoken recently and repeatedly with former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton.
You really want Trump to lose this election, right? No, you don't?
So you have to have a controlled border, a secure border.
Please register to vote for something else that's very important coming up.
Look at this. She's only up by 15 points.
Taylor Swift, as though I have that power.
This is Kier, and